Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Andra Rose, and here we talk about health, wealth, being prepared, and self-love for single parents. I am very passionate about the support of the single parent community because we are the community that needs the most support. And I felt like creating this channel would be the quickest and best way to reach as many people as possible with this information. YouTube has become such a powerful platform for individuals and businesses to really reach the masses. This time, more than ever before, the single parent community really needed someone to advocate for them. I have been a single parent myself for over 20 years, so I know firsthand the joys and struggles that come with the job of raising a family on your own. So I don't know if any of you have ever really just looked at the numbers around how many single parents are in the US, but I did. You could do a quick Google search to fact check me. I will Google something in a minute. There are 8.9 million single parent households in the US as of 2023. Of that 9.8 million, we are raising over 23 million children. 23 million children. Of the 9.8 million single parent households, 7.3 million of those households are mother only households. We're raising about 14 million children. These are really big numbers. And so I looked up to put it into perspective. 14 million. So I'm just taking the mother only households, the 14 million children that we're raising. That is the combined population of New York City, of Dallas, Texas, of Houston, Texas, of Nashville, Tennessee, of Atlanta, Georgia, of Memphis, Tennessee, and Washington, D.C. That is the combined population of all of those cities. It's like 7 cities. It's the combined population of 7 cities is what single mother only households, number of children we're raising. The combined population of 7 cities. And the total number is 23 million. So almost double that, almost. So that is a huge, we're literally raising the future of the United States. Several cities worth of children that are being raised. Where are you sharing that? And I believe it's because I believe this community has been grossly underserved. And this is what this channel has been dedicated to, is serving the single parent community, providing education, resources, support, encouragement, everything that we need to continue to raise the future of this country or of the world. I'm not even including the single parent numbers across the world. I'm just going to focus here at home because we have to start somewhere. So specifically, we'll be discussing on this channel wealth principles. Most of the single parent families are of Black and Brown communities. The financial literacy gap in Black and Brown communities is astronomical. It's astronomical. And I want to talk about wealth principles on this channel, how to increase your income, whether that is at the job that you're at today, or if you want to get skills and understand how you can transition into a new job. We'll talk about that. Personally, my career path has changed the trajectory of my family's life hugely. We've been changed. I have been able to accomplish so many things choosing the career path that I chose, and the fact that I chose it, or I was able to move from a help desk job into this successful career has been so gratifying, and it is something that everyone else can do. And I'm gonna absolutely be talking about how to transition into this career. We'll talk about what that career is in a later video. Just stay tuned for that. But we'll talk about how to lower and eliminate your debt, how to start investing, how to budget for real life. I think there are so many channels on YouTube here about budgeting and creating a budget. I think what's lacking in some of them is budgeting for real life. We have to, and especially single parent families, we have to incorporate so many other factors that I think are left out of a lot of the budgeting videos here that I want to talk about. How can we budget for real life? We're going to talk about health topics, mental health, because as a single parent family, our mental health can absolutely be impacted. And so not only are we going to be talking about mental health for ourselves, we're going to be talking about mental health for our children and when to recognize when they're having crises, of course, because children in single parent households have a set of challenges that are unique to them as well. And so it's important for us as single parents to be able to recognize when our children are having issues, and not only just recognize it, but know what to do about it. Because suicide rates among children are growing, and we have to be vigilant about protecting our children's mental health as well. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about physical health. We're going to talk about eating well and self-love. Myself, I'm on my day 10 of my 90-day raw vegan cellular detox. I got this idea from G. Bryant watching his video, and then some other people as well watching their videos. I'll link it below if you're interested in that. And I'm going to share where I am on my current health journey, because I know it's so important that we take care of our health. We cannot be our best selves. We cannot be our best parents. We cannot be our best employees or business owners. We cannot show up if we're not healthy. We can't enjoy wealth if we're not healthy. We cannot really function to say that we love ourselves if we're not taking care of our health. I know for my self-care journey, and I'll talk about this later in another video, but I was struggling keeping up a self-care journey. And I'm like, why am I struggling with this? And it's because I didn't do the work backwards, right? I didn't make sure that I really knew what it meant to love myself. I didn't really know what it meant to know who I am. I mean, when you spend so much time dedicating your lives for other people, you can lose yourself in that process, and you don't even know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, how can you love someone you don't know? And how can you take care of someone you don't love? So it's really all interconnected, and we'll talk a lot about all of that. And then lastly, but not leastly, we'll talk about preparedness. We'll talk about preparedness, being prepared in emergencies. I look at a lot of preparedness channels, and I see that the demographic that they target is different from us, right? And the information still travels across demographic, but if you are not seeing the certain type of videos, if you're not seeking out that type of information, then that sort of information is not going to be targeted to you. You're not going to come across how do we be prepared for a natural disaster or an emergency situation. How can we make sure we have the things in our cars that we need, the emergency plan that we need to have. We don't have access to that information because, one, we're not looking for it. We may not be exposed to it to even know to look for it. And then 3, it's just targeting a demographic that is not really searching out or seeking that information. So I want to make sure that these 9.8 million single parent households with these 23 million children, that we're prepared as well. We're prepared as well, because our future are sitting in our houses. And if we're not prepared, they suffer. The whole country suffers. Everyone suffers if we're not prepared, and we have a greater responsibility because it's just us. So I want to make sure that we talk about that. And then, of course, estate planning. Being sole providers for our children. What happens to them if something happens to us before they're 18, before they're able to take care of themselves? What happens to them? And those are things that we need to think about, and those are things we need to prepare for and have in place so that we can make the best choices for our family and leave them taken care of, no matter what happens to this. If any of this information resonates with you, I definitely encourage you to subscribe. I encourage you to like the video and share it. We have 9.8 million households of single parents. There is someone that you know that could benefit from this information that I'm going to be sharing on this channel. So go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share it, turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified of when I release my next video. And then I want to hear from you of what I've talked about already. So I talked about wealth principles, how to make money, how to keep the money we have, right? How to manage our money correctly, health topics, and being prepared. What is the video that you'd like to see from me next? Health, wealth, or being prepared? Comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.